76-72. And you see two of the stars in the league right there, Markus, Burton, and Ishmael Leggett. And away we go with game 1 of 14 from here in Charlotte. And Burton and the Irish, as the 12th seed, wear the white jersey here. Nikita Konstantynovskyi starts today because Kebajai is not available. He is in concussion protocol for Micah Shrewsberry. Here's Roper on the hard drive and score.
And that's one of the areas of concern you want for the Panthers. In the game before, Notre Dame shot 56% in their win on the 22nd, so they have to find a way to keep him out of the paint and get an easy looks.
Well, that was a really good possession. First possession, everybody touched the ball.
Here is Brandon Cummings, the freshman from outside of Pittsburgh. And Cam Corrin, who got off to a terrific start in their win Saturday against Boston College, can't find it there.
He was close, though. It hit the backboard someplace.
Here's a look at the Notre Dame lineup. Keep an eye on Markus Burton, second team All-ACC. And he, on cue, handles it at the head of the circle. Konstantynovskyi scores at the rim, and it's 4-0.
That's what Markus has to do. When he penetrates, find that open guy, make that pass. And that was perfect.
And on the baseline, Corrin had it knocked away. It'll stay with the Panthers.
And that was a switch defensively. Matalako calling Jordan Rowe to come over and guard Cam Corrin on the block, knowing that it was a mismatch. And Roper getting over just in time to be able to knock the ball out of bounds.
Here's Corrin. Slips down, and Konstantynovskyi blocks it out of bounds. So Micah Shrewsberry, now in his second season. A year ago they went 13-20. They're 14-17 now. And it's been bumpy for Shrewsberry. Injuries, tough nights at the office, if you will, from a team perspective, Corey. But I feel like the 4 overtime win on Saturday helped them.
It absolutely did help them. It helped put them in the 5-way tie that we have for 9th place in the league this year. And on the other end, Jeff Capel. This would be a disappointing season for Jeff. He was expecting much more from this team. And this is a team that got off to a very good non-conference start, had big wins, have not been able to piece it together, especially on the defensive end in ACC play.
Yep. Tae Davis here for Burton. This is Alako, the Princeton transfer, who hit a big shot in the 4th overtime the other day against Cal. 10 to shoot for Notre Dame, and Burton to work against Jaland Lowe. Here's Alako. Davis with 4 to shoot. 3 ball over Austin. And the rebound pulled away by Ishmael Leggett. Pitt's guards are really good rebounders, by the way.
Better defensive effort that time. Made him take a tough shot that they didn't want to take.
Got a lot of great matchups in this game, though, Coach, when you consider Jaland Lowe, Markus Burton matching up with each other. And then you also look at Alako guarding Ishmael Leggett, 2 fifth-year guys.
And Corrin is going to be called for the offensive foul here. And Tony Henderson, the referee, with Tommy Morrissey and Jeff Pond, they're going to go to the monitor here because
why?
Konstantynovskyi went down on the foul.
You see the elbow, the right elbow to the jaw.
Ooh.
That's why they're going over to look. And that, I believe that's going to be upgraded to a flagrant 1 simply because that's not a basketball play. There's nothing to do with the move on that one. Cameron Corrin absolutely removed his right hand from the basketball to throw the elbow there. I think they're going to come back with a flagrant 1 on that.
Pitt could not have gotten off to a worse start so far.
Well, you give Notre Dame credit for attacking the basket.
Yeah.
After further review, the call has been upgraded to a flagrant 1.
All right, so Cam Corrin, flagrant 1 means free throws.
And this one was relatively easy. When you see the right hand come off the basketball and the elbow making contact above the shoulders, that's going to be an automatic because that's not a basketball play. If he had his right hand on the basketball still and was going into a shot, that would be completely different.
Nikita Konstantynovskyi is now 6 of 16 at the line this year. He is well traveled. Started his college career at Tulsa, then went to Northeast Oklahoma Junior College, and then last year played for King Rice in Monmouth.
That's it right there.
Yeah, clear. It's a great sign when your guy shooting 6 for 16 goes to the line and swishes both of them.
Yeah, it looked like Cousy at the line.
Cousy.
Bob Cousy, remember him?
Was he a good
Of course,
free
he
throw?
remembers them. He might have played against them.
Bill Sharman was the good shooter.
Okay, Bill Sharman.
That's
Either
all
one.
right.
Sharman, Cousy, take your pick.
Yeah.
Burton, a deep three, air ball, and out of bounds to Pitt. All right, we talked about the finality at the top. 6-0 Notre Dame, seemingly all the bounces, everything going the Irish way here early.
Well, the thing, too, is the Pitt's guards are not doing much. They're just kind of letting the game come. Eventually, the guards will take over. That's what they do.
Here's Leggett trying to get baseline. Guillermo Diaz-Graham on the floor here to replace, by the way, Corrin a moment ago. So the junior from Tenerife in the Canary Islands, wears number 25 for Pitt, plays the post. Here's Burton, hesitates, turns it over, trying to bounce it to Konstantynovskyi. At the other end, here's the speedy cat-quick Jaland Lowe, couldn't finish on the scoop. And here's Davis for Burton. Alako for three. Nope.
And that's not a shot you're normally going to see Matt Alako take. He's more of a possession guy, makes the right play. A little rushed on that one in transition, but for a guy that made a huge three down the stretch for the Fighting Irish in their win on Saturday, as you see the first three go down from Jaland Lowe, who came into the year as one of the Bob Cousy, you know that guy, Coach, Bob Cousy Award Watch.
Yeah, not known for his free throw shooting. More known for his passing, but that's a minor point.
For those of you who don't know who Bob Cousy is, by the way, in our audience, please Google one of the greatest point guards to ever do it.
There's an award named after him, I believe.
That's it. Missed shot by Lowe there. So we played right around 4 minutes. And Markus Burton with 15 to shoot. Pull-up jumper, good.
And that's his game. When he gets to the pull-up, that's, people say, well, that's not in the game. It is in the game today. If you can do it like that and be consistent, he can.
Brandon Cummings, the freshman, fires it back inside, and Diaz-Graham a catch and score off a loose ball.
Diaz-Graham was fortunate that he did catch that pass. It allowed him to be able to open up as Konstantynovskyi went past him trying to block the shot. And I'm calling him Nikita from here on out. I've said it once, and I'm one and done, WD.
Is that it? Just once?
Just once.
Okay.
I can't wait to hear Boeheim say it, though.
Not going to say it?
Yeah, that's not happening.
Don't.
Alako, three ball good.
That's his shot.
Yeah, he's much more of a catch-and-shoot guy. But when you have other players making plays for you, Burton getting in the paint, Roper getting in the paint, kicking it out, those are the threes Micah Shrewsberry wants to see from his team.
And when Micah Shrewsberry's son went out, Alako stepped up big time and was really not doing much, and now he's really stepped it up.
Yeah, 24, including the game winner on Saturday against Cal. And that is going to get us to a timeout.
Alongside the Hall of Famer Jim Boeheim, many of these.
Well, there was some debate about the fifth, but the first four were rock solid. Hunter South struggled a little bit this year. I think he could have made a case for Watkins or Knipple for that fifth spot.
I think Terrence Edwards as well. Yeah, number of different guys that could have been in that spot. But one thing I've learned is not to get upset with the voting, because me and the voters clearly don't look at things the same way.
Well, you realize the voters, a lot of them are in North Carolina.
Well, I do know that, but once again, I think that now this is my 17th year being a part of the ACC tournament.
Sure.
And I don't know if I've been a voter the entire time, but I've realized that the voters and I see the game differently.
There's a hold on Burton on the lob for Austin. First on Markus Burton, first on Notre Dame.
That's the switch. You get the big on little, and now you got to go to them, and they did. Good offense.
Reset to 20. And here is Lowe to work.
And that's an area where Jaland Lowe has to be more aggressive. You've got J.R. Konstantynovskyi guarding you with the open floors. That looked like a tackle.
Konstantynovskyi tried to pull the trigger, couldn't. Konecny's in the ball game. He'll flip back to Burton, who well short on a three. Sundra couldn't clean it up, but the freshman from Bosnia and Herzegovina, Konstantynovskyi, does pull it away. He wears 52, handling the ball here at the front.
This is a young man that can really get going. Brandon Cummings had a 30-point game earlier this year. One of the very few Pitt freshmen to ever have a 30-point game. And you can see he has the ability to attack off the bounce. An elite three-point shooter, but finds himself at the free throw line.
His brother played at Colgate and then transferred down. Had a great year at Pittsburgh.
My guy Micah Shrewsberry looking to the heavens for a little help. Or maybe the Jumbotron. Either way, he wants some help.
It doesn't help to look at that. I mean, it's like,
wait a second.
Even if they're wrong, what good does it? You just get madder.
Did you look, Coach? Were you a Jumbotron guy?
I never looked at one.
You never looked at one?
No, I knew the call was bad. I didn't have to look. You see the play right there in front of you, and it's the wrong call.
Cummings hits them both. He's an 81% free throw shooter.
And after the rough start for the Panthers, the Fighting Irish have not really been able to separate. Only a 4-point game right now as Jeff Capel gets Ishmael Leggett back into the game and Cam Corn both on the floor, 2 starters. So now you're looking at guys who've kind of gotten the wake-up call after going to sit down early.
Oh, Tae Davis getting looked at a little bit.
And Notre Dame settled for a lot of threes and have not made them.
Not a great pass from Sundra. Ends up being a turnover.
And it was Pitt that started the game with the turnovers, but now the Fighting Irish have given back a number of opportunities.
Yep, 3 for Notre Dame, 5 for Pitt in the first 7 minutes here in Charlotte.
So this is where Jaland Lowe's got to get everybody out of the way.
I don't know. They're going inside a lot for a team that's guard dependent.
Zach Austin missing on the 3.
I believe without Kevin Jai, they're feeling as though they can exploit something on the interior. But if you're Jaland Lowe and you get a mismatch and you've got a 6'9" guy guarding you on the perimeter, tell everybody to get out of the way and just get to the basket.
Here's J.R. Konecny. He's played a valuable role after Braden Shrewsberry was lost for the remainder of the year. There's Sir Muhammad, the catch and score for the freshman from Charlotte.
And every time Notre Dame has moved the ball and got it inside, they've gotten a good outlook. Really good look. Their three-point shooting has not been helpful for them.
The term people use occasionally in basketball vernacular is the ball's gotten sticky, Corey, in the half court with both teams here.
It really has, but that was a good look for Ish Leggett at the top of the key. But when the ball gets sticky for either of these teams, that's when they're not at their best. They're a much better team when they're moving it and allowing everybody to get opportunities. That's an opportunity right there for Burton to kick to the corner, but Alaka ends up knocking down the 3 ball instead.
Another spot up for him. That's what he does.
Award winner, and there is Sean May, who also played in this event.
Did May win it in 05?
No, they did not win 05.
They did not win 05.
They lost the semifinal game to Georgia Tech, but Roy Williams said they did win that day, even though they lost the game.
Yeah, they won by not having to play an extra game and went on to go win 6 games in the NCAA tournament to hang a banner in Chapel Hill.
And that's also the day that Tyler Hansbrough committed to him.
Oh, that's a good win.
That's why he said he won.
That's a win.
Burton lost it on the take. Austin, the recovery, who hit the 3 a moment ago. All of a sudden, a little momentum here for the Panthers, fellas.
An opportunity there. Get it back. Allow Jaland Lowe, who's already knocked down 1, to get another good look.
Corn turned it over, got it back, lost it again.
Now, we're seeing the effort now, Coach, where this could be a final game. Early, it didn't look like that. Oh, nice hands by Lowe.
Yep, Jaland Lowe with Austin. Here's the lob, and no, he missed the dunk.
Everything good except for the finish.
And Zach Austin just up beside himself for missing that one. Did everything right. Jaland Lowe with great hands defensively, throws it in the perfect spot. All Austin has to do is put that one down, but throws it off the back of the rim, and that's one that he's going to want back. Because this could be Zach Austin's final college basketball game.
Sure could.
And so when you talk about that finality coming in without a win, this could be it for him.
Notre Dame by 6. Tae Davis found a way to get the ball up on the rim, and it fell in. First field goal for Davis.
It wasn't pretty, but he got it in the basket.
So it's an 8-point lead for Notre Dame. The Irish are 7 of 13 from the floor. Corey, Pitt is just 3 of their first 12.
It's been a struggle. And again, they've got to find a way to continue to get Jaland Lowe in the painted area, allow him to make plays for himself or for his teammates.
Left-hand shot off the glass. Here's Davis, the rebound. And Notre Dame is looking to see if they can break every time the ball comes off the glass.
Well, when Notre Dame isn't turning the basketball over, they're getting good looks and taking advantage of them.
Nikita Konstantynovskyi has got 6 to lead the Irish. He and Alako have 12 of Notre Dame's first 20.
And the Fighting Irish now 8 of 15 from the field. If not for the 4 turnovers, they would be playing a excellent first half.
In the corner, Cummings. And Konstantynovskyi the rebound.
He had 17 of those in the 4 overtime win.
Yeah.
Alako in transition this time.
Well, that's the second time we've seen him take that transition shot. I don't believe that's his shot. I think he's a much better catch and shoot guy. And maybe a little rust.
And Leggett has it roll around and drop in.
Pittsburgh's guards have got to take over this game. They've tried to go inside, have not been very good in there. The guards have to do what they do, and that's score points.
Lead stays 8 for Notre Dame. Deep 3 for Serta. Austin the rebound. Cole Serta has played 12 or more minutes in each of the last 5 games for Micah Shrewsberry, coinciding with the injury to coach's son. And there's Lowe adding a second field goal. He's got 5.
But coach, look at the last 2 possessions for the Panthers. Both their guards, Leggett and Lowe, getting into the painted area, putting that pressure on Notre Dame defense, and both coming away with the buck.
And they need to do that.
Serta into traffic. Davis a 3. Look at Konstantynovskyi go get it. Fires an outlet to Serta on a reset. Right back to the basket and out of bounds. It's blocked by Leggett. And Diaz-Graham, both of Guillermo and Jorge check in. And a quick look at our bracket. Of course, this is game 1 of 3 today. We'll have Virginia Tech and Cal next, and then Florida State, Syracuse. Here's the 3rd and final game on day 1 here in Charlotte.
WD, I looked at the bracket and the order that they have them in. When we showed it the first time we sat at the table, I thought I prepared for the wrong game. I saw Florida State Syracuse in the middle. I'm like, wait a minute, that's not the game we're doing.
When does he prepare for games, Wes?
I think that's a question you may want to ask yourself, Coach.
No.
I know you did not get confused at all about that.
I'm here.
Yeah, that's it. You're here, my man.
I prepared for 50 years, man. Come on.
That's a fact. That is absolutely a fact.
Only at game time, though, WD. No shoot-arounds for 50 years.
No
Only prepared at game time.
He's been to more shoot-arounds in 2 years than he went to in 50.
Don't put that out there. I'm going to get some calls from chat room stuff in Syracuse. No wonder he didn't win enough.
So you won 1,000 games twice. You won more than enough.
Exactly right. Here is Davis with 15 to shoot. Roper, look at the kick for Serta. 3 off the wing and no good.
Now, I don't believe the Panthers knew who Serta was in the first matchup between the 2.
They found out.
They found out.
Boy, they found out.
When he knocked down 4 threes in the second half of that game for 12 points and was a big part in Notre Dame getting a win.
Look at the block. Muhammad rejects it. Here's Alako. Skips it in the corner. Serta again. Sure.
He can shoot.
That's his 10th 3 and 12 field goals.
And Alako's playing the point guard, which he was earlier in the year when Burton was out, and he can make plays. He does that.
And Markus Burton's over on the bench. Notre Dame's lead is 9. Jorge to Guillermo, the Diaz-Graham brothers.
Fair to say that those 2 have a connection, no question about that. And Jorge recognizing as soon as he saw the switch that his brother would be open on the block.
Cole Serta has been a heck of a story. Kind of out of the bottom third of the depth chart for Micah Shrewsberry. Here is Sir Muhammad, and he had it roll off the back of the iron. Davis got wrapped up with Jorge, and now all of a sudden we've got Some pushing and shoving, and here's Jeff Pond getting Davis out of there, and so is Micah Shrewsberry.
And Micah Shrewsberry trying to talk with Tae Davis about his actions, because most likely
he's going to be the one.
He's going to be the one. The officials are going to go over and look at. You see Micah Shrewsberry still having the conversation with Tae Davis, because one, you give away points. All right, Jaland Lowe knocking down the first free throw, but WD, you think the Hall of Famer on my right ever ran out on the floor that fast? Especially when there was an altercation going on?
Back in those plaid coat days.
You think the plaid coat, he was getting out there quick?
Days, yeah.
Coach, when you run out on the floor?
I was very quick in the day.
Yeah?
Yes.
Early in your career?
Very early.
Well, early in his career, they were the Big East, and they were throwing haymakers out there. I don't have my man jumping out in the middle of one of those.
That wasn't even accounted. What's happening there, that would have been a star. You would have gotten a gold star for restraint.
It's a 2-point trip for Pitt off the free throws from Lowe. Jorge Diaz-Graham tried to add 3 to it and couldn't. So it's a 5-point game with 5.5 to go. But Corey Davis has to stay off the floor with the 3 fouls now.
That's going to be a problem, because he's the guy that was started getting into the paint for the Fighting Irish. We'll see how different they are on both ends of the floor, but specifically on the offensive end, with him having to sit on the bench. And those free throws made it a 5-point game.
See Mike Fairley, the Notre Dame assistant, talking to Tae Davis on the bench, and now the ball out of bounds. Burton again stepping out of bounds. A moment ago, Konstantynovskyi, now watch this. He throws the ball
off the backboard.
It hit off the backboard, and it went back to Notre Dame, and then Burton stepped out of bounds, so the ball don't lie.
But the concern, the ball has never lied.
Here's Lowe on the score. But Jaland Lowe now coming up with 9 in this first half.
And continuing to be aggressive, attacking the paint. And again, oftentimes, Coach, you got to make plays for yourself. Yeah. They'll help eventually, and you can find your shooters, but they're only going to guard you if you're only going to score.
The guards they have to score for Pitt, so that's the way they win. That's the only way they win games.
Kick to the corner. Konstantynovskyi, knockdown Leggett block is called on Ish Leggett.
Whoa. The outside man. The guy right there didn't call. That's when you're coaching, that's when Tony Henderson's a good ref. But the guy standing right a foot away says, no, I'm not calling it. And now the guy 30 feet away calls it. Now, I can call it from over here, but it shouldn't go down that way.
But also he calls that so he doesn't call a flop, because I'm not sure there was much contact on that one, and a flop is a possible call.
50-50.
Here goes Burton again into traffic. Roper catch and score for Julian Roper the second, the senior from Detroit. He's got 4.
Markus Burton's so much better when he tries to make plays than when he tries to make things for himself. So much better player.
3 assists for Burton in this first half now, too, guys. 5-point lead again for Notre Dame. Diaz-Graham in a mismatch, missed the layup, and Lowe the rebound. And the foul will go to Guillermo. His first third on Pitt.
And a missed opportunity there. And Pitt doing a great job recognizing the high-low between the twin brothers. That's the second time that Jorge has found Guillermo with an opportunity. But when you get those point-blank opportunities, you have to finish. Otherwise, Notre Dame will continue to switch.
And the other thing is, when those guys miss those, they go foul somebody.
Yes.
Because they're so upset.
Often compounded with the foul. You sound like a guy who's been on the sideline doing this for a little while.
Too long.
Burton out front, 4 minutes to go in this first half. Irish with a 5-point lead. Lowe, good help by Pitt. Kicks around to Serta. He's short on the 3. And it is last touched by Pitt. It'll stay with Notre Dame.
Well, WD, you mentioned the Cooper flag got snubbed.
What do you mean?
I thought he was a defensive player of the year also.
They're only going to give so many awards to one guy. That's the way that thing works. But you're right.
That's not right. I mean, again, when you look at it from a rating standpoint, a defensive rating standpoint, he was #1 nationally.
Yeah,
I understand.
And from a defensive rating, he was top 10 in the league in steals and blocks. And nothing against Chucky Hepburn, because I love Chucky Hepburn.
Yeah, great.
But Terrence Edwards was the best defensive player for the Louisville Cardinals. Pat Kelsey, coach of the year,
told us that a week ago. Yeah. Yeah.
He told us that straight up. So now I'm ready to hear your input on the Coach of the Year.
Well, the reason I went with Pat Kelsey, we rebuilt a program from nothing. The worst team in the league, no players coming back of note. Brought all the players in and then started slow because of that, but then he just turned it on. I mean, you can make a great case for John Schreier and a case for Brad Brownell in our league. If Dave Gavitt was our commissioner, he would have been co-coaches of the year. It would have been Pat Kelsey, John Schreier. Brad Brownell would have been right there, though. But you can argue this both ways, and I love to argue with it, Corey, because usually I'm right. So that's a good thing.
That's why we argue, because you think you're right.
I don't. I know.
But I will say this. The ACC, and you know I love my conference, the ACC got embarrassed in the ACC-SEC Challenge.
They did.
It was 14-2. Right. You know the two coaches that got wins?
John Schreier and Brad Brownell.
John Schreier and Brad Brownell. They both beat top 5 teams.
They did.
The ACC Coach of the Year is not for the year 2025. The ACC Coach of the Year is for the entire season. John Schreier and the Duke Blue Devils represented this league in a down year for the ACC as well as could be possible.
Yeah.
That's why he should have been the ACC Coach of the Year. Saying that he's at Duke and because the players that they have, he shouldn't get it is wrong, because he recruited those players.
Oh, absolutely. I agree with all of that.
With 4 freshmen in the rotation in comparison to do it with fifth-year guys.
And you're all right about all of the points you made. The only problem is you could be at Duke and win that game and not even be a good coach. It's possible. It's just that one game. That doesn't get Coach of the Year. It's the building of the program and the coaching of the whole year. And I just think you have to, if you have to call it in a 51-49, I go Pat Kelsey.
But it's not that one game. It's beating Auburn. It's beating Illinois in the Garden. It's going to Arizona, beating Arizona at McHale. That's the games I'm talking about, which is why I feel like John Schreier.
Oh, he won the biggest games, but that's why they're number 1 in the country. He's got the best team in the country. There's no argument about that now.
Second foul, by the way, on Markus Burton. A quick reminder to you, all day between games, between sessions of games, halftime, pre, post, hardest working people, nothing but net. Taylor Tannenbaum rides lead with Luke Hancock, Carlos Boozer. JB2, what are you doing over there, man? Hanging out?
Hey, Coach, let me ask you a trivia question about our panel there. What do Luke Hancock, Carlos Boozer, and Joel Berry all have in common?
MVP.
Look at you.
MVP. That's all you need to say.
Look at you. And they got rings.
And they got rings.
They got rings. They got winners over there. However, they all pale in comparison to Taylor Tannenbaum, though.
Oh, she carries them every show.
Hey, let me add this real quick here with 1:23 to go. The physicality of this ball game has gone back to a day when Boozer did play in this event.
Well, you love it. You want to see the officials allow these guys to play, because if you don't, then everyone on the sideline and all the fans are yelling, "We didn't come here to see you," talking to the officials. So that's what they're doing. They're doing a great job allowing these guys to play and be physical. And that we're here for that. It's ACC basketball. You're supposed to allow them to do stuff.
By the way, Notre Dame's gone 3 minutes without a point. That's why the lead has been cut all the way down to 3 here as we approach the final 60 seconds.
But, Coach, we talked about it earlier. Notre Dame had great chances to be able to put some separation between them and the Panthers, but they were unable to do it.
Konstantynovskyi tried to feed it to Muhammad, turned it over. Irish have given it away 9 times in this first half. Delalich for the lead. And the rebound for Alako. So it stays at 3 now at 25-22.
And sooner or later, Pitt's guards are going to get going. It's just a matter of time.
All right, we'll step aside on a timeout taken by Notre Dame,
who scored 43 points in that game, checking back in now, and hasn't really been able to get going. Coach,
I don't know.
Did it wear into his legs a little bit? He played 50 minutes in that game before fouling out in the 4th overtime.
Johnny Flynn played 58 minutes, and the next night played 45 against West Virginia. So I think Markus Burton can do that.
Here goes Burton with his team up 3 and another turnover. That's 10 on the Irish. Delalich in transition back for Ish Leggett.
And does Leggett understand? There you go. He's bringing it back out. Recognize they want to get the last shot of the half.
And I think it's going to be Leggett that takes it. Gets a Koren screen. Into traffic, skips for Delilich. 3 for the tie. Hit off the rim, and that'll do that. Irish will take a 25-22 lead to the locker room. 39 of the first half. Leggett, Lowe. Here's Cam Koren working against Konstantynovskyi. And a foul on Nikita from Kyiv in the Ukraine. That'll be his first and the first of the second half on the Irish.
And, Coach, if you're Jeff Capel at halftime, what are you talking to your guys about with Ishmael Leggett and Zach Austin, who connect on that look right there? This could be their last possible game if they don't get a win. What are you talking to your team about? Are you bringing that up at halftime?
No, I don't think you talk about that. You talk about the game and what you're planning to do, and I think they've got to go with their guards. They're trying to get it inside because of Zai being out, and, you know, they have some mismatches there. But I just think they've got to go with their guards. Their guards are good, and they carried them all year long.
Burton, a shot off balance, hit the side of the glass.
Defensively by Leggett.
Yep. And here's Brandon Cummins for the tie. It'll bound away. Look at Leggett inside, get the rebound, kick out. Lowe will shoot the tie and missed everything. And that'll go to Notre Dame.
You know, these teams are like 0 for 100 or something from 3. They just aren't making 3-point shots. Get to the basket area, try to make something happen there.
0 for 100.
I'm not sure it's quite that bad.
It's 5 of 31.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's quite that bad.
5-31, that's not, it's
not
fairly
great.
close.
I agree, it's not great. But Ishmael Leggett with the offensive rebound and doing the job defensively, he's playing like this could be his last game. He's just not really getting much help from his teammates from an effort standpoint.
There goes Davis on the drive and the bucket for Tae Davis.
That's where he's good. That's where Notre Dame's good. Get to the basket, get some easy shots. Pitt's got to do the same thing.
Back to a 5-point lead, a minute and a half gone in the second 20 minutes at Charlotte. Leggett the scoop. Koren the rebound and score.
And
Cam Koren the bucket.
There, just by getting to the basket, he gets the center over, and now they get the offensive rebound. So even though he misses a shot, they get a bucket.
And no Kabajai available today for Notre Dame, so those offensive rebound opportunities are going to be there more often for Cam Koren.
Konstantynovskyi puts it on the deck against Koren. And now almost turned it over. Lowe corrals it with 10 to shoot. Boy, look at the contact off the ball. Here's Nikita. He'll leave it for Davis. Soft jumper good.
Smart play by Nikita to drop it off. Cameron Koren was tracking down Nikita. Would have had a block from behind, but as he drops it off, it gives Tae Davis an easy look. And now the Fighting Irish pushing the lead back out to 5.
Yep. 2.5 gone. Lowe and Leggett, who combined for almost 39 points in a game, or rather 33 points a game, Corey, have found their way to just 13, and there's a bucket for Brandon Cummins. His first field goal, 4 in the ball game.
But another example of how beneficial it can be for Pittsburgh to get their guards into the paint.
Yep.
And again, go to score. Don't go to pass the basketball. Only pass it when they take away your opportunity.
Boy, in traffic, Konstantynovskyi.
He's showing something tonight.
He's got 8. Played 44 minutes the other day. Corey told you the 17 rebounds.
And only one of those offensive rebounds, so he was doing a tremendous job cleaning up the defensive glass.
And there's a backdoor conversion to Zach Austin for his second field goal.
And both teams are now going inside and getting the shots that they need to get.
Back to 3 again. Here's Roper digging in on Cummings and can't finish it. Slapped around and almost, there's Nikita inside again. Konstantynovskyi trying to find something. Davis finally burrows down and wheels on Austin. Up and under, missed it.
A lot of work there, great effort. Better defensive play.
And that was another missed opportunity. An easy layup for Tae Davis. He just doesn't get a chance to take advantage of it.
Lowe, runner with the left hand. And Roper couldn't control it. New 20 for Pitt. Out of the corner. Too strong with the 3. Third try is good.
There you go. Jaland Lowe. You see it go down. Continue to get offensive rebounds and continue to get opportunities. Cutting into a one matters into his own hands. Gets the floater to go. Coach, if you're coaching Ishmael Leggett and you watch him make plays like that, what could be his last game, what are you talking to him about moving forward?
Just get to the basket in the paint, like as you said from the beginning, and get some easy shots. Don't keep getting long threes, tough threes.
Turned over by Notre Dame. Tell you what, the Irish have been completely
I'm just saying, I know you're asking me because you're not going to ask him anything about the state of North Carolina.
No, that's not quite.
But I would say it has something to do with the Queen Bee. Or would I be wrong?
You'd be wrong.
Okay, then go ahead. You give me the answer.
The city was founded in 1768 in honor of Queen Charlotte of Mecklenburg-Strelitz. She was the wife of King George III.
Nobody knows that. Nobody out there listening wants to know that. Let's talk some basketball.
All right. Just thought I'd get you guys a little history along the way.
Well, let's say that Charlotte is now the new home of the ACC, which of course Greensboro has been the home of the ACC forever.
Yep.
And now moving to Charlotte 2 seasons ago.
That's it.
And now this is the new home of the ACC. And to be completely honest, despite what a Hall of Famer to my right might think, this is the best city to have the ACC tournament in.
I wouldn't disagree with that.
Okay.
I like that.
I will say that the last time we were here 6 years ago was a phenomenal event.
Oh, it was 2019? Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're talking Zion coming back, didn't finish the regular season, but comes back and makes his return in the ACC tournament, goes on to win the MVP.
2008 was really good, too, when it was here.
Well, the real key, it's a direct flight from Syracuse. So it's good for me.
Always important for a retired coach of chartered flights.
And another
shot clock violation. I tell you, Pitt is they're laboring at the offensive end. The Panthers are shooting 36% in the half, 30.8 for the game. But what Jeff Capel's team is doing is, Corey, they're going to make it equally difficult for Notre Dame here.
They absolutely are. Notre Dame is helping them with the turnovers, 11 turnovers to this point of the game. So they're falling right into the hands of what the Panthers want to do. But Pitt yet to be able to get over the top and take a lead with all the opportunities that they've had.
Corin, jump hook, and the Panthers are in front.
There it is. That's the part. Getting over that hump, taking a lead, and now seeing if that can allow you to build some momentum for the remainder of this second half.
With 14 minutes to go, Cam Corin has put Pitt in front for the first time today. Now here's Burton on the attack, and Notre Dame goes right back in front.
And that's the Markus Burton coach that we've known to grow and love, and is an all-ACC performer this year.
Yeah, he gets to the basket or gets the pull-up. That's where he's at his best.
Leggett trying to wait on somebody to come free.
Yes.
Now Brandon Cummings against a Loco, but right into traffic and a kickback. Austin a triple. Zach Austin, he's got 8 now. Pair of threes in the game for the senior from Winston-Salem. Then we talked about how hard it was to score. Everybody started knocking down shots. Konstantynovskyi out of a double team. Konstantynovskyi for Burton's 3. Too strong. They crash the glass, and last touched by Pitt.
Well, this is the thing with Markus Burton. He is strong when he gets there. He has room, though. The big guy can't come over and affect the play. He keeps him off with his left hand. They're not going to call that. A lot of contact all the way in, but he finishes it.
Pretty good matchup there, Corey.
It's a great matchup, and Ishmael Leggett has taken the challenge of going against the ACC's leading scorer in this game. Burton has really never been able to get going thus far. Only 4 points for him with his 2 field goals.
Konstantynovskyi right back for Sir Muhammad. Second field goal for Sir Muhammad, who played at Myers Park here in Charlotte a year ago. Injured early in the campaign for Micah Shrewsberry. Comes in averaging 3 points and 2 rebounds a game. Dig down for Leggett. Over Burton with the turnaround. Good box out by Loco on Diaz-Graham.
Yeah, give Burton a lot of credit, standing his ground against a bigger offensive player, but keeping Leggett away from his sweet spot.
That ball got kicked away, turned over again by the Irish. Here goes Jaland Lowe through the gearbox. And a foul on Davis. That'll be the third on Tae Davis. It's the second of the half on Notre Dame.
And well, the one thing that should never happen is the basketball gets to the opposite side on the underneath out of bounds. But Konstantynovskyi finding Sir Muhammad, who relocates right to the perfect spot to get the easy bucket to tie this game at 35.
So you saw the foul on Davis, his third. Free throw by Lowe is good. Now Sir Muhammad from Charlotte, who's still on the floor here for Notre Dame, is the son of Nazi Muhammad, who played 23 years in the NBA, Corey?
No, that would not be correct. Because 22 is the record, and LeBron James and Vince Carter both hold that.
He won a title, I know that, in 05 with San Antonio.
Yeah, but yeah, he maybe played 21.
Okay.
But not 23.
Okay. And of course, won a national championship with Kentucky.
Yes.
Did Nazi Muhammad. 12 to shoot. Konstantynovskyi against the Lockos, 6 to shoot. 2-point lead for Pitt, and the Loco backs out on Austin. Long, he's standing on the line. Thought it was a long two. They gave him credit for a three, and it bounded away, and here's Leggett.
But you talk about how good of a rebound.
Oh, what a steal of Loco. And finally, Notre Dame came up with that.
And what happened there?
Leggett with a strong rebound, but give Notre Dame credit for building that wall, not allowing him to get to the basket and get an easy look. End up getting a turnover off the possession.
So we get a foul and a timeout. 2-point lead. Well, Pittsburgh is scrapped and clawed, pardon the pun, for Panthers to get a 2-point lead here on Notre Dame with just ahead 11 minutes to play. And we talked about this at the top, and it's worth noting. The finality becomes a thing, Jim, the later in the game, and it really becomes a thing, doesn't it?
Well, and also it's such a physical game. 8 free throws is all that's been shot in the game, and this is a physical battle.
Here is Sir Muhammad to work, and he threw it away to Markus Burton, and Micah Shrewsberry begrudgingly goes to the table to pick up the ball.
You guys remember last year when Micah Shrewsberry would talk to us about how he had to always calm himself down when his team would make plays that he didn't quite understand, and he would revert back to the movie. What was the superhero movie with Will Smith? But he would talk about, you're doing great, even though they weren't doing well, and they didn't rebound well on that possession, allowing Cameron Corrin to come up with the offensive rebound and to put back an opportunity to push the lead out to 5.
Now Cam Corrin's got all 6 of his points here in the second half, guys.
And that's the second time they've come out of timeout and tried to run a play and turned it over.
And again, what drives you more crazy, Coach? Doing that, turning it over after a timeout, or giving up the offensive rebound put back in a possible 3-point play?
They're both bad. there's no good in either one of those two.
First miss of the day at the line by either school. 4-point lead for the Panthers. So Burton, Davis, Konstantynovskyi, Cole Serta, and Sir Muhammad on the floor now for Notre Dame. And Markus Burton only has 2 field goals today. And a foul there on the drive. And it's on Jaland Lowe. That's his first. And the second of the half against Pitt.
Those two guys are doing a good job defensively. They're on each other. They're making it very difficult to do anything.
Get a chance to see Braden Shrewsberry, of course, Micah Shrewsberry's son, and Coach Micah Shrewsberry, especially last year, talked to you a lot about what it was like coaching your son. But fortunately for you, you never had to lose Jimmy or Buddy for a season.
Yeah,
how difficult is that had to have been on Coach Shrewsberry?
It's tough. I mean, it hurts. He's their best shooter. I mean, it changes the dynamics of how they play. And, they've done a pretty good job trying to adjust to it, but that's a tough loss.
6 for Burton. It's a 2-point game. Corrin against Konstantynovskyi. Lowe on the bounce back and scores. Cam Corrin, who's averaged 14.5 points in his last 2 games, is warming up here in the second half, all 8 of his points.
That's great 2-man basketball with both Cameron Corrin and Jaland Lowe and recognizing where the sweet spot will be for Cam Corn. Jaland Lowe putting the basketball in the right spot to help his teammate be successful.
There goes Burton on the drive and score.
Strong. That's strong, physical, tough basketball move.
But what he does so well is he leans in before, as he starts his leap, to get into the body of the defender. So when the defender tries to jump it deny, it just lifts him up even more, allowing him to be the only person in the air at the rim.
And here's a turnover, and Burton in the open floor with Lowe to beat. Couldn't finish it.
Great job defensively by Lowe, getting back and staying vertical and denying that opportunity without foul.
And going to get a foul off the ball. And it's going to be on Konstantynovskyi, who was the guy on the ground.
So watch Markus Burton as he goes to the basket. He launches into the defender. So therefore, when Cameron Corn, who is bigger and stronger, when he jumps, he lifts Burton into the air, allowing Burton to be the only one able to affect the shot and not allowing Corn to block his attempt.
2-point game. Here's Lowe, back for Austin and a three. And look at Burton go get it with Corn kind of hanging in the neighborhood.
We've seen a much more Markus Burton-like second half from him after the conversation with Coach Shrewsberry walking off the court. I believe he received the message.
Serta working against Delilich, and I think we get a shove on Amsal Delilich from Bosnia. That'll be his first. Third on Pitt. The Panther coaches are incredibly excited about the progress the freshman Delilich, at 21 years of age, has made this year. Averaging about 11 minutes in conference play, averaging 4 points and 2 rebounds, but they feel like he's got an incredibly bright future as a perimeter player at 6'8". Davis against Austin. Now Roper. Nice drive and score for Julian Roper. He's got a half dozen now.
That's the way Roper started the game, getting downhill, using a strong body to get into defenders' bodies and finish at the rim. And he does so there to tie it up at 41.
Yep. So Roper, who had 7 against Cal, has got 6 here on Tuesday against Pitt. Almost punched that away.
Tight quarters. It's trying to operate in such a tight space, but give Jaland Lowe a lot of credit, keeping his head up and keeping that dribble alive, allowing Jorge Diaz-Graham to be able to get the easy layup. And Jorge doesn't do a lot of his work inside the paint, WD.
Nope. A rare basket right around the iron. And here's Burton now trying to use a Konstantynovskyi screen. Just creates more traffic. Markus kind of sizing up Leggett there.
Yeah, but Leggett was up to the challenge. Markus actually gave the basketball away on that possession.
Serta the shot fake. There's Roper, and it hit the side of the glass, and that's a shot clock violation.
And Roper explaining to Serta, you got to swing that one immediately, make that one more pass to the corner, and he would have had a much better look. Instead, everybody says, no, you'd rather be in one of those top 4. I disagree. Because 8-9, you know who you're playing, your first 2 opponents, but you've gotten a game under your belt before you have to come in and take on the #1 team in the country and the #1 seed in the tournament, and you want to have momentum playing against the Blue Devils.
Well, as an old coach, I would not want to be in that position.
Okay, well, you've been there a time or 2 before, and it didn't work out well for you, so
No,
I'm sure
it's
that's
not
why
usually
you don't want
good when you play the #1 team. In the country, not in the league, in the country.
Okay.
They are that.
How many times you beat the #1 team in the country?
Altogether, in the whole career?
Your whole career?
4
7 years. 4 times?
That's all.
Okay, and you remember all 4 of those games, don't you? So it's okay to be in that situation where you go beat the #1 team in the country.
I remember a couple.
You just like to disagree with me just to disagree with me.
Well, no, but one of them was at Connecticut. 2 guys got hurt, so I shouldn't even count that one. 2 of their best players were out. If Calhoun is listening out there, he'll be texting me and saying, well, Scotty Burrell didn't play in the game. I said, okay. I think we beat him 37-30. It was a horrible game.
Foul, by the way, on Davis is his 4th. So we got to keep an eye on that for Notre Dame's perspective with 6:35 to go.
And remember, he got the technical foul, which added a foul in the first half. He had to miss some time. So
it's on Konstantynovskyi. It's his 4th. So both guys, either way, was 4. And it was Nikita who they finally measured it to. And then the missed 3 by Leggett. So we're still tied at 43 with 6 and change to go.
And the two teams in this game, a combined 6 of 39 from 3. So, Coach, it's closer to 0 for 100.
It's getting closer. It's getting closer.
Should I tell you that they were combined 22 of 54 in their regular season finales?
Yeah, I mean, when
it's crazy the way they shot it Saturday and now can't find it on Tuesday.
But also, this is a Notre Dame team that played 4 overtimes. And again, when you play a 60-minute game, you have multiple guys playing 50 minutes. I'm sure you take off Saturday. You practice, forgive me, you take off Sunday, you practice Monday, and then you're playing on Tuesday. It's not a lot of recovery time. That could have a lot to do with why they're missing so far.
Oh, here's the pull-up by Burton, too strong. But look at the slap out by Konstantynovskyi, and Markus could not save it before he fell into the lap of Mike Fairley over there at the Notre Dame bench. So they will award it to Pitt here in the tie game. It's been about these guards for the most part, though, guys. I mean,
well, you mentioned coming into the game, you've got some high-level scorers in this one. You talk about the backcourt alone for Pitt with Jaland Lowe and Ishmael Leggett. And then you talk about the ACC's leading scorer and Markus Burton on the other side. So you've got some high-powered offensive guards in this game, but none have really been able to take over. Burton with 10 points, Lowe with 13, but not someone having a big game thus far.
There's Davis trying to get Notre Dame back in front. That got slapped around Burton. Or no, it was Roper that challenged. And here's Leggett in transition quickly, and he'll feed Lowe. A little Euro and scoop for the lead.
Smart play by Lowe, not settling for the 3 on that position. And getting to the basket, getting the easy layup.
Well, the 640 for 40 is even a little bit deceptive because they aren't even close. It's not that they're missing. They're not even close. They had 2 or 3 air balls. That's what they have to do. Get to the basket. That's what you do.
Davis tried to create that seam and then just threw it away.
Nothing right in front.
Austin missed the dunk.
That's 2.
Yeah, but the turnover happened right in front of Micah Shrewsberry. He was beside himself, slamming on the table, watching Tae Davis just hand the basketball to the Panthers.
And Konstantynovskyi, and a foul on Corin will be his second. That's the 4th on Pitt. So you see now, the bottom of the screen, possession arrow belongs to Pitt. You see the number of team fouls, 5 for Notre Dame, 4 for Pitt. And with 4:28 to go here, it's going to be interesting.
We see Zach Austin with the missed lob attempt in the first half, and he absolutely has the bounce, but came up short on that one, getting it stuck on the top of the rim. 2 missed opportunities for Zach Austin in the air, which he normally takes care of business on those.
And as a coach, that's what you think about after the game. You think about 2 missed dunks.
Notre Dame thought Notre Dame's going to get the ball. Pitt thought it was theirs.
Yeah, Jeff Capel actually was out on the court like he was playing.
Yep.
And our officials are going to come together on that one.
There they go.
They're going to change it.
You got it right. That's all you want to do.
I love Tommy Morrissey coming over, letting Tony Henderson know he had a good look at it. It did not get tipped, which means it should be Pittsburgh's basketball. It's great officiating.
Yep. 2-point lead for Pitt.
A little zone here, trying to see what happened. No, they're going back.
Lowe against Burton. Konecny tried to help. Now we got a foul off the ball on Jeff Pond with the call on J.R. Konecny, I think. Junior from South Bend, redshirted 6'7", his first. And the reason I bring up the fouls, Pitt, 3rd best free throw shooting team in the ACC. Corey coming in at 78%. And here is Lowe out front. We'll go inside 4 minutes.
That's even more reason for Lowe to be looking to attack the basket. We've seen it with the matchup all day, and he takes advantage of it. In the first half, you remember me saying when Jaland Lowe gets those opportunities against these bigger guys trying to guard him, he has to attack. Doing it in the second half, he's been successful.
3:40 to go. Lead is to 4 now for the Panthers. Davis with 10 to shoot. Alako standing 3. Got it. Matt Alako with 3 triples for his 9 points.
All 3 spot ups. That's what he can do.
And 3 of the 4 made 3-point field goals for his team in this game. Alako shooting 50%. Only Serta has hit another 3 for Notre Dame.
Lowe on the drive. Burton stole it. He's got Davis with him. Markus Burton and followed by Roper.
Good bucket.
Julian Roper stayed with it all the way.
Absolutely. You got to love the fact that Roper did not concede that Burton would finish the layup. Sticks with it and gets the putback to give the Fighting Irish.
And the Hokies. Some of the Hokie faithful have worked their way into the...
Virginia Tech about a 2.5, 3-hour drive from here. I believe we could have quite a contingent of Hokies in the building this afternoon.
Cam Corrin, a catch and score again. 8 second half, or 10 now second half points on his 5th field goal.
Coach, that's the type of execution you want after a timeout, right?
They got the ball right where they need to get it. Anything outside of 6 feet has not been good.
Look at Tae Davis take Austin right to the basket and draw the foul. First on Austin, 5th on Pitt. Our star stories for players that have been crushing it are brought to you by Crush. Markus Burton with 10, Jaland Lowe with 17.
We highlighted this matchup to start the game. Neither of these guys are shooting the basketball extremely well. However, they both will have an instrumental part as to the success of their team. Who's able to win and who's not able to win, a lot of it will rest on the shoulders of these 2 point guards. In Markus Burton's case, we'll call him a point guard.
6.5, 8 in the game now for Tae Davis. 1-point game it is, 50-49. Konstantynovskyi way out to help defend Lowe, who misses on the scoop. Burton saved it, and I think we're going to foul whistled on Corrin. It'll be his 3rd. And that's the 6th on Pitt.
But Jeff Cable applauding Jaland Lowe because he likes that look. He trusts his point guard getting in the paint, making that shot. Now the Panthers going to go with some full court pressure, zoning it up.
And here is Roper into the front court.
Back man to man.
But they're going to switch that matchup there. They don't want Lowe having to guard Tae Davis, get him off of him, now allowing Zach Austin to switch off.
Burton with some screens to Alako. Boy, Alako hit a big shot the other night late in the game. Here's the drive. Markus Burton misses. Konstantynovskyi can't come up with it. They go to the deck. Cummins had it. Foul from behind by Burton. 3rd on Burton. 7th on Notre Dame. So 1-1 at the other end now with 96 seconds to play.
A lot of contact on that tip-in attempt too, but they haven't been calling him much the whole game, so I don't think they're going to call him down the stretch here either.
By the way, Pitt 78% at the free throw line now as a team, and Cummings is 2 for 2 today. He's 81.
But you give the Panthers opportunity to put points on the board without having to earn it. You foul a very good free throw shooter 85 feet away from the basket. And again, Coach, as you mentioned, oftentimes when you miss those shots in close, you often compound it with the foul, trying to get the basketball back. That's what happened with Burton. And now if Cummings is able to make this free throw, you allow the Panthers to take the lead.
They're having so much trouble scoring, you don't want to just let them go to the foul line.
Our 7th lead change. All of them have been here in the second half. 1-point lead for Pitt, 90 seconds to go. Winner gets Carolina tomorrow in the 2nd game of the 2nd round. And that's going to be a foul on Corrin. And Cam Corrin draws his 4th.
And Corrin also took the worst of that collision.
Yeah.
Tae Davis going to the rack strong.
So here is Davis with the Irish trailing 1. And the free throw good. Don't forget, between games here in Charlotte, Taylor Tannenbaum, Luke Hancock, Joel Berry, my man Booze,
Shoe game strong over there, too.
I'll tell you what,
Luke rocking the
$1 million shoe game over there.
Booze got on the low ones.
Booze is eating snacks and drinking. That's what he's doing over there.
I can't see Joel's feet. He hiding over there. He must not have brought his best out today. What we doing over there, Joel?
Oh, he's got Jordans. You know he does.
I mean, he's a Carolina guy. He got to wear Jordans. This is a prerequisite.
Cummings gets the rattle of the three.
Finally, somebody knocked down a three.
Timeout.
I believed you at one because you're like a, we call it the Westcopedia. Westcopedia, yeah.
Well,
so if you say it, I'm normally going to go with it. But if BMO texts me, then I'm going to go with BMO.
It's the second time a conference game has gone to 4 overtime, and that's where I'll make the mistake.
Okay, gotcha.
John Madry, our statistician here, was the statistician in 1989 at the first 4 overtime game. And a tap followed there. Ties the game at 54.
We mentioned Konstantynovskyi with only one offensive rebound the last time out. There's a big one there to tie the game.
Sure does. And here is Lowe weaving in traffic. Left-hand scoop is short. Punched out of bounds.
Under 2 minutes, they can go watch and see.
And he'll stay with the Panthers, and Lowe will go to the baseline.
But Micah Shrewsberry wants the officials to go review this. Everybody twirling the finger. They want a review on this one, but Tommy Morrissey is set. He knows that it went off of Pitt. And again,
he wants a review so he can set up an out-of-bounds play. This is the thing I hate about this rule.
But under 2 minutes, you should absolutely go review this if there's any question whatsoever.
But
look at all the hands in the. That is definitely a question, Coach.
No question. It wasn't even close.
Okay, that's when it goes out of bounds.
Yeah.
Who hit it?
Who hit it?
Yes, who hit it? Who knocked it out of bounds?
It's whose ball is?
As we watch this, okay.
Whose ball?
Look at this. Look at this right here.
Right here, Jim.
All right, off corn. Who touches that last? Who touches this last?
Now, the way the ball moves, it looks like Konstantynovskyi's right hand pushes it out.
Now, look at how we had to go through this in slow motion.
Yeah.
To see that.
Oh, yeah.
That is an absolute go over and review. You absolutely want to go see that to make sure you got. There's 33.8 seconds remaining in a tie ball game.
I'm good with that. I'm just not good with them having a tough timeout.
All right.
Timeout. I've never been good with that.
So here's the element. We're tie game. You see another look at it, and that shows you the ball changing trajectory after Konstantynovskyi hit it.
Okay, so Konstantynovskyi hits it there. Now you look at, does Cam Corrin's right hand hit it on the way out?
I don't believe it does.
It maybe doesn't, but is it? My question to you all is
that worth the review?
Is it worth the review?
Absolutely.
And that's the thing. That's why the rule is in under 2 minutes. You go over and look at it.
All right, now I'm going to be Switzerland here for a second because I see his side too.
Okay.
Because I see where you're talking about the advantage of an extra timeout.
That's all I'm talking about.
An uncalled timeout.
Yeah, I'm not against looking.
Whenever I hear coaches
Pittsburgh
talk
ball
about
underneath the basket, 34.1 on the clock.
All right, that's Tony Henderson with all the game management. So you don't like the uncharged timeout.
Unless he doesn't have any timeouts left, and then he wants the uncharged timeout.
Yeah.
That's okay. See? Only when it's in his favor.
Notre
but
Dame
the rule
has
was
two,
put
Pitt
in
has
for
one,
this reason.
Yeah.
I always had plenty of timeouts. I wasn't worried about that.
And subs. Here is Lowe.
Lots of subs.
All right, now 17 to shoot, so we got about a 13-second differential as we wind down the game, and it tied at 54. Austin. Back for Lowe. Sneaks baseline. He stepped out of bounds with 19.2 to go in a tie game.
And now if you're Notre Dame, who just played a 4 overtime game on Saturday, you don't want a shot to go up until the buzzer's going off.
And you don't want it to be a step-back three after holding the ball out here like this.
You would prefer to see Burton get into the painted area, but looking to score, not pass the basketball.
And
7 seconds to go here. Burton to his right. Pushes it up, off the rim, follows Davis, and we get overtime in Charlotte.
And now they want to see, was this a goaltending? And you can go over and review. We got a foul.
Foul's been called on Austin.
Whoa.
So now what will happen, they will look to see if the foul occurs before expiration of the clock.
Well,
So Tony Henderson will absolutely go watch that first to see if this foul was called, if it occurred before the clock goes off. And the foul would be on the tip by Davis.
no foul.
But if the foul was called, I don't know that you can take that away.
No, you can't. But there is no foul, I don't think.
So
this is the angle we need to see. Right here, does the ball leave his hand? That happens before, the shot expires.
The shot's up there.
For as physical as this game has been,
No foul.
So 2 shots. And the clock is going to be reset on a Zach Austin foul with a half second to go.
I hate to see this game end at the free throw line. If these free throws win it for Notre Dame, especially how physical this game has been played.
I mean, was there any contact?
It wasn't. I don't think it was enough to make that call at that time, especially when the consequences of not making it is just go overtime and play additional 5 minutes.
Tae Davis with 2 shots and a half second left. And there's the first one. 55-54.
That's just not a good way to end.
And the second one is out and a half second. Lowe doesn't get the shot away, and Notre Dame is going to advance.